I'll go around and stuff. This is about a Birdfy, Birdfly, wooden uh, cam bird feeder. And this is part two. I had part one about putting it all together, the actual feeder itself. And now I told you that one of the more difficult things to do is getting the cam module to work properly. As an overview, again, this has to be fully charged. Charge ports on the bottom. It comes with a cable, but no charger, of course. And on the bottom, there are two buttons. One is working it the right way. One is this little guy right here. Oh, let's try it again. This little guy right here, which is a reset button, and this is the power button. You're going to have to almost use some kind of device to push them, and to do whatever you have to do to make it work. Again, I'll close that up because that's for outside use. Now you see that the blue light came on. Now I've already set this up, so I'm sort of going to repeat it, but the blue light means that it's recording. It's working. It's recording me moving this stuff around. Okay, but what you have to do first to get this to go is make sure it's fully charged and it's turned off. Off means no light showing anywhere. It's totally off. Okay, then you have to go, and you've got to go with your cell phone and download the Birdfly app right here. You have to download that, bring it up. And I'm going to push on it, and I'm going to go back, and this is, again, I already have it installed, and I've already had the webcam working. So this is what my particular home page looks like. And what you see here are, I think there are 13, 14-second videos of when the motion camera came on and recorded something. And if you were to click on one of those, up will come whatever I captured during that motion session. And I think at the bottom down here is a second, nope, stop, it brought up another one. I think you get about 15 seconds worth of recording down here. That's the length of, it's an MP4, and I showed you how you could bring it up to C. Up here in the corner, there are three small dots which always indicate settings or something. If I hit those three, up will come the options down at the bottom, if you can see them, of download and delete moment. Any capture is called a moment. So you can download that if you wanted to, and then, you know, if you would have to use some sort of video editor to capture a single frame out of it. But anyway, that's the idea. So I'm going to go back here to my home screen. I got to get out of this part. Now I go back to my home screen, and I could select any other of the moments that have been captured. You also notice that this guy, there's no lights. Oh, I just triggered it because it's facing me. So the little blue light came on and says, okay, I'm capturing because there was motion. I'll turn it around this way because of what I'm about to do. Alright, so first of all, you have to get this up on your app on your cell phone. Now, up in this corner, over here, there's three bars, and if you push that, there, it's going to come up, and this will, on mine, because I've already set it up, it shows the one device I have, which I have labeled Castell Pines. There's a picture of my particular device. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push on it, and blank will come up, and then up in this corner there are 3 dots, and I came up with some silly message, but up in the corner, why can't I get that? Up in the corner, why is it so hard to see? There. It says share settings, moments, and live stream. What I'm going to do is press settings. Now, in your particular case, somewhere in this setup process, before you get to where I am, it's going to ask, it says, well, we need to know what device you have, and your camera is going to turn on. Can I use your camera? Yeah, you can use my camera. It turns on your camera, and then it's going to bring up, and it's got a squaring thing. And what it wants is for you to show it this. And once you have it properly in the square that they have defined, it will automatically take a picture. And this then gives them all the details about this specific device. Every Wi-Fi device has a specific number, a unique number. It has to read this to get that unique number, so then it can proceed ahead with Wi-Fi connections. Okay. All right. So we're sort of following the instructions. What I'm going to do, since mine's already set up, is I'm going to come down here, and one of the options, as I scroll up and down, one of the options is change Wi-Fi. Now, I already got it connected to Wi-Fi, but you're going to have a screen that comes up and says, well, now we need to select a Wi-Fi. So let's do, where was it? Change Wi-Fi. I'm going to click that. Alright, now it says press the power button twice. The blue light will flash. Currently I don't have anything. So what I'm going to do is use this. Again, I've already got it set up, but 1 push, 2 push. And let's see if the blue light ever flashes. Since it's been set up, this guy is very slow in operating. I got to do it again. 1, 2. You gotta go. Oh, all right. You see, it's now flashing. The blue light is flashing. That's what yours should do. Now you got to go back to your. This has been Bluetooth connected. Down in this corner, there's a very small dot, but you have to press that and get it to come on. It'll turn green. Okay, I'm trying my best here. And then you hit this next button. Now it says turn on is Bluetooth turned on. And down this corner, I have it turned on. Down this corner is a little dot, and when I eliminate, then I go to next. And then it says it's scanning for devices. Now this is where your Bluetooth will scan and find this guy. You may have to if you have a Bluetooth password, you might have to do that and whatever, but you'll eventually pair with this guy. And you see, in my case, which one is it? Oh, this came up and it said, all right, which Wi-Fi did you want this guy to pair to? Now, I'm currently setting on this one. It's the bedroom, and it's a 2.4 gigahertz signal. You see that? That is what it's set to. These are other Wi-Fi signals it sees. This little guy is seeing these other signals. You can only connect to a Wi-Fi signal that's 2.4 gigahertz. And you do see over on this side, there's a little sort of indication that the signal is relatively strong. These are not perfect representations. It also shows that is a lock. You see a lock on it? Okay. So if I were to push on that, it will come up, and I could change it if I want to. These are all the other options, right? These are other Wi-Fi signals, it says. I'm going to stay on that. Yeah, I'm going to stay on that one. And all I'm going to do is come down at the bottom, and in this weird little corner is that confirm password. I light that up, and I push next. Now it's going to come up and say, well, wait a minute. No Wi-Fi password entered. You didn't put anything in. If yours don't have yours on have a password for your Wi-Fi. Okay, if you have one, you should have entered it by now. Okay, in my case, since I don't have one, again, this guy just says, "You sure?" I go, "Yeah, I'm sure." And then it will come up and say it's going to do it. See, it did all the connections were required. It came up and showed me a sensitivity. And again, it confirms my settings here. The cooldown time is the time between motion activations, and you see it's currently set for 2 minutes. Sensitivity is the motion activation. I never changed that. Notifications, you can have it send it to your email, or the clarity, I haven't done anything with that. The recording mode, let's see, I didn't change that. High quality in this MP4. How to share, change the Wi-Fi signal, and Wi-Fi signal analysis. From right now, it's from where it's connected. It's showing I got a pretty good 70%, out of 100. Webcam is not, but it shows 70 out of 100 if I hold it properly somehow. Anyway, you can analyze and see and at this point, I'm probably 6 feet below where that Wi-Fi is, and I'm about 15 feet away. But it is getting it, hopefully to work when I move it in the yard. That's yet to be determined. And then it says change Wi-Fi. I said no. I go back to my analysis. Down here is, you have, again, a night vision. If the auto detects something, it will turn on a very small light at the very top. There's a light will come on, and I look like it would scare the bird away if you ask me, but you can do night vision if you wanted to do that. There are other settings, of course. Here's the battery. I had troubles before with this. You see the battery says it's currently at 100%. But you can see that, and down here is the current location, more information and so on. This is all on the app that's on my cell phone. You can download an app for a Windows PC, and it will let you have some control over this guy wherever it's installed. Off the Wi-Fi now. This guy is now looking at Wi-Fi. It's no longer Bluetooth connected to this guy. We're totally off Wi-Fi. You have to have a 2.4 gigahertz signal to connect to, and you sort of understand. I don't have any indications of any lights right now at the bottom. It just came on, because the timer inside says once I record a video, I just stop thinking about it for 2.4. At the end of a not 2.4, it was 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever it was. At the end of that period, it will then allow the motion camera to come back alive. If the motion detects something, it brings this little blue light on and says, yeah, I'm powered up and I'm recording. Now, if I were to set this down and stop the motion, maybe put it that way, okay. It records for about 15 seconds, I guess. Now it's on a cooldown, what they call a cooldown period, where motion action activated recording cannot occur. It waits 2 minutes between recordings. So you see no lights at all, and that's like concerning to me. It's like, well, it's not working anymore. No, that's not true. This is not explained in the book, by the way, okay? It's all set up. There's no lights. You can't tell it's doing anything. but it's alive, but it's waiting that cooldown period before it activates the motion detector again. And if I hold it long enough and move something down here, you'll see the blue light come on again. That is recording. It is sending it from here to your router up to a cloud. I don't know the name of the cloud. I don't know where it is. You'll not know either. That's where you see what's called moments on your cell phone application or in your Windows PC application that you can pick and choose from and then download if you wish to. Let's see if enough time's gone by. No, not yet. It will not record during this cooldown period. But you get no indication. There are no lights down at the bottom or anything. You're like, well, it's not even doing anything. Okay. I think I told you, but I'll refresh it again. When you try to set this up, it cannot be plugged into a charger or it cannot be plugged into the solar panel. That will not allow it to do the operations I just did. These buttons are wonky. They operate very slowly. You can push it and it'll take a second or two or three. It's not instantaneous. And when you're all done, you don't really get a really good confirmation except in your application. Oh, I waited long enough, the blue came on, and now it will record my hand moving in front of it, and it'll record it if I keep moving. It's going to record now for like 15 seconds or so. The blue light is on, it's recording. It'll eventually shut off because it's only record 15 seconds worth of motion through its MP4. I don't know how far out. It's reasonably focused for the bird. It's not reasonably focused for stuff. There it went out. Now it's in a 2-minute or 3-minute cooldown period. That explains why it doesn't appear to be like it's dead, but it's not. Once you pair it with your Wi-Fi, you should be able to constantly see it on your app. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back again, and here is, let's see, what one of them is, maybe the motion when I was waving it around. Yeah, well, I think, I don't know. And I don't know how many videos it can store at the same time. I don't know, I don't think it explains that, how many you can have in the cloud. It may be just a day's worth if I go and tap the settings buttons up here. I'll go around and stuff. Unfortunately, the audio quality of that last recording got so bad, I just terminated it. And I think I explained everything I wanted to explain about this guy. Again, it's not the easiest to set up. Mainly because of the buttons and no clear indication that operation was completed successfully. And the other thing is that this is relatively slow in its processing of those commands. You just have to be patient. You can get it. You can always reset the system and then try again. I think, I think as I remember correctly, to power it on, you're going to need to push down the power button for a couple seconds, and that will then come up. Red indication means it's either low in power or it's totally lost. Either way, you should do a reset. That's all I got. You see right now the blue light is on, so it is recording at this point in time. I just had it on the charger again, but hopefully that will give you an idea. It's not impossible. Just be patient. And work with your cell phone and work with this guy. The final question that I have, which I can't answer yet, is how effective it's going to work when I put it outside 20-30 feet away from my Wi-Fi signal. Is it going to be able to detect that signal and send images back? Hopefully it will. I'm going to mount on a pole that I have in the yard. I have a weather station. One of those wireless stations that broadcasts, shares my particular weather situation, barometric pressure and wind speed and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to use that same pole. Hopefully the pole will be, it's going to be tough for a squirrel to try to climb it. But if he does, I'll come up with some kind of a cone to try to keep him off of it. But in the meantime, that's where I'm going to mount it. And hopefully, I only have so many Wi-Fi signals, and the distance is always an issue. Hopefully it'll work. I hope this helps you set up your particular feeder. And again, there's a ton of settings you can change. The wait period between, you can change the sensitivity of the activation. You can, whatever. You can turn on the night light if you want to do it. That's it for today. This will be attached to this is all part 2. Hopefully it helps. Bye-bye for now.